favorite show every night is yours. Thanks for being on. Oh, Brandon, I feel bad for you, dude. You got to get some more entertainment going. Did you make there safely? No, I did not. We're going to get into that in a little bit. All right. So we are recording now on YouTube. So you guys on YouTube, welcome, welcome, welcome. 007, how are you today? Yeah, I feel you. David's here. Look at all these people showing up, showing up. All right, Mars. Mars is joined. All righty. All right, so let's get rolling. So here's the thing. I'm still in Florida. But before we do that, let's get to some of the, what do you call those? The disclaimers. That way people can feel comfortable knowing that what they're learning from or what they're seeing, who it's coming from. Basically, I'm a nobody. I don't have any degrees whatsoever. The only license which I possess is a license to drive a car and to drive all my children crazy. That's about the only license I have. Hey, Busy, how's it going? Oh, is that Blizzy? Blizzy, cool name. All right. So, all that being said, no, I didn't make my plane today. Somebody thought it would be fun to mess with the algorithms with the, what do they call it, that Microsoft program where everything crashed. Nobody was flying out. I have a PhD. Cool beans, Recon. I don't have one. Hey, Simone, how are you doing? All right, so I don't have a PhD. I don't have a bachelorette. I don't have anything. I didn't even go to college. I took the road less traveled. I got out of high school, went into the service, got out of the service, went to. What do I think of Whirlpool? Ooh, I like Whirlpool. WHR or is it WHL? WHL, isn't it? Or is it WRL? WRL. I don't know. I think it's WRL. Is it? WRL. Nope. WRLR? No. All right. Hey, Chad, how's it going? Alvin, what's happening? Trying to figure out Whirlpool. Was it WHL? WHL? No. No. WIRLPOOL. Yeah, that ain't gonna do. WPL, WHR, WHR. There it is. Why didn't I know that? I don't trade it that often. That's probably what it is. WHR. Thanks, everyone. Hey, Sheila's here. Hey, Sheila, how you doing? So Whirlpool. Let's take a look at Whirlpool. Now, 106. The 106 is going for 350. Holy cow! That's a nice price tag on it. Look at the charts. The high, the low. Where was it? What is it? Which direction is it going? Cool. I like it. Doc is here. Hey, Doc, how's it going? So a year ago, we topped out at 152.85. That was last July. And then the end of May, we bottomed out at 84.47. Okay, 84.47 is not bad for Whirlpool. It's a question you need to ask yourself. Do I like Whirlpool? Do I like Whirlpool at this price? Well, do you? It's a yes, no question. You either like the company or you don't like the company. And just to let you know, I've been doing this since the beginning of January. This is one that slipped by me. Okay, I didn't know Whirlpool because I never used to trade it before. But look at the numbers. See, if I'm buying it here and I'm selling it here, I'm collecting this. That's well over 1%. Let's take a look at the dividend and see how often they've increased their dividends. WHL. WHR. There we go. WHR. Check out the dividends. Nice. Okay. So you got dividends all the way back to 06, 07, 08, 09. Okay. They go up, but they don't go up consistently every single year. Or do they? No, because it's at 43, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 months in a row. Hey, like looking like Tony Hawk. Hey. All right, so Whirlpool does have some nice dividends. They don't increase every single year, but they do increase consistently. All right, so I like Whirlpool. So let's take a look. The last 90 days for Whirlpool. Check it out. Down, up, down, up, down, up. A little bit of a down, not much. Then up, now she's coming back down. Yeah, that's going to be a big fat no at the moment. You have some Farrell Tony Hawk features. All right, well, okay. I think he's a little bit younger than I am. I think I'm a little bit older than Tony. It is what it is. But as you can plainly see, even in the last 30 days, okay, up, did a little bit of a retrace there, back up. Yeah, it's coming on the downside. So if you like Whirlpool, I'm thinking 2 weeks from today. Are any of my calls cooked on Monday? I have no idea what that means. Are my calls cooked on Monday? I have no idea what that means. Whirlpool. So I'm gonna put Whirlpool down here for 2 weeks from today. WHR. So 2 weeks from today, we'll take a look at Whirlpool again. Alrighty. Next on my list, that PHG. Never heard of it. Hike and Ashy Candles. Yep, Doc, that's what they are. We'll see how they look. See what people think of them. Other than you, see if anybody else has recognized them. What are we looking at? PHG. PHG. Yeah, that's going to be a no. It's a monthly optionable stock, and we all know I don't do monthlies. Okay, that's a no. Okay, Apple. We looked at Apple last night. We'll look at it again. Yeah, pretty plain to see. Look at this run up here. Okay, from 165 to 235. That's a nice run up. But look, up, down, down, up, down, up. You know, she's coming to the downside now. So I see all this here is possible profit taking. So I'm going to wait personally until that's already gone and absorbed. What kind of trader are you? I'm the best kind there is. I buy on Monday, sell on Friday. So I suppose you can call it a weekly trader, trendsetter. I don't know. But I do dividend capturing. I do a dividend capturing strategy where I look for the dividends and I use a covered call to go along with them because I found that stocks have a tendency to go up just before the dividend date. Apple doesn't do dividends like you like them. Yes, Doc, I'm aware of that, but Apple is on Warren Buffett's list. So that's why we're looking at it. Swing trading. All right, beauty trap 42. That's when you call it. Let's call it swing trading. It is what it is. Whew. All right. Let's wrap up this week with what we have on our list. ALB. ALB. Now, first thing we always want to look at, Tamir Ness. Bunch of question marks. Not quite sure what you mean by that. We're looking at Abelmal. ABL. ALB. Sorry, ALB. Abelmal. So if I buy it at 91.85 first thing Monday morning, I sell it to 92s. Well, that's 270. That's over a 2% return for the week. So the question is, do I like ALB? Well, I like ALB. All right. Look where she is. She topped out at 230 last year, bottomed out yesterday, which was Friday. So where's it going to go from there? Well, usually, where does it go from there? Okay, the high was 231 was last year, and now it's at 88.81. Al, I had 92 calls for the last week. That will. Where do you get this Buffett list you talk about? Oh, yeah. I don't have a name there. MSHNLD01. You get that list from Google. Okay, you go to Google search, or you use a Bing search, whatever search engine you use, and you put in Warren Buffett's stock list 2024. Nowhere to go but up. Internet probably. Mike. Yep. Mike, how you doing there, Mike? Serve, SEVR. We're going to take a look at SERV. SERV. Never heard of them, but we'll take a look. SERV. Never heard of those. Hi. What are you trading? We're looking at Ablemal. Which platform I want to get started trading? I just got my computer set up. What do I suggest? All right, Be Unique Tools. I use Thinkorswim only because I like all the attributes that come along with it. I like the fact that they have a seasonality chart. I like the fact that they have dividend calendar. I also like the fact that they have trigger trades. Hi, my friend. I'm going to send you what I am using tomorrow. This is Peluche. Peluche, how are you doing? You got Webull. Okay. I'm not familiar with Webull. I turned on Robinhood and it was just so simple and easy. I just decided to stick with it. Thank you. Yes, I heard of them. How much is your course? How much is my course? Well, I don't really have a course. I do have a trading account first thing in the morning. We jump on and trade. Sorry, I sold 92 puts in ALB last week. That will likely be exercised. Yep. The 92s. What's at 91, 94? I mean, is 92 okay? What is the 92 going for next week? Well, look what the 92 is going for next week. It's going for 270. Lucky Larry, how you doing? What do you think about Kathy Wood's picks? No, I don't. Me and Kathy Wood's a total different trading strategy. I'm specifically looking for a 1% growth on a weekly basis. Safe, predictable, consistent 1% return per week using nothing but dividend stocks. I don't know what she trades, and I don't do what she does. Oh, my fan! Yay! All right. Let's look at the last couple of weeks for ALB. Look at this big down drop all the way from the beginning of May, drops all the way to the end of June. Get a little up, down, up, down. Okay, we're looking to find a new bottom. So ALB, we're going to write that down for next week so we can find the bottom for ALB next week. ALB. She's awfully close. Okay, ALB. Done. AA. Is that Alcoa? Yep. Alcoa is next. All right, Jordan, if you were 18 with 70 grand, what would you do? Ooh, 70 grand at 1%. That's $700 a week. And if you compound it, that's a lot of freaking money, dude, at age 18. Figure out what you need to live comfortably. Not at this stage. Besides, I want it for dollar cost averaging down. Cool, that works too. Yeah, but Jordan, I couldn't give you any advice personally because I have no idea who you are. I have no idea what you're trading. Excuse me. I have no idea what your trading knowledge is. I have no idea what your goals are, what your risk parameters are. Okay. Ultimately, I have no idea what it is you're looking for. Okay. What I'm looking for is a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. I don't look for capital appreciation. I look for cash flow. That's what I'm looking for. But I'm not in front of my computer right now. Oh no, Al. All right, well, okay then. You're not in front of your computer. All right, Al. I'll let it slide. Let's take a gander at Alcoa. All right, so a year ago we were at 33.70. It looks like a triple bottom down here at 23. That was towards the end of October. Double top at the end of May. All right, Colin, you like Ben Franklin? Yeah, unfortunately, that's a monthly optional stock, and I really don't do monthlies only because they just don't pay the same. Could you send me a text later because I couldn't save your number because I was at work? Hey, Jersey, what's up? All right, Palush, your best bet to do is come up here to the top left where you see my little picture in the top left corner. Click on that. That will take you to a little tiny envelope or a web link. Okay, that's my bio. That will give you a ways of getting in touch with me. Just send me an email or text from there. We'll work it from there. Jersey, Recon, just an idea. Gotcha. How about Tilray? Tilray. All right, Jersey, you got to give me the ticker symbol because I've never heard of that company before. And Al saying it doesn't meet the criteria. All right, so Jersey, what we're looking for, okay? We're looking for safe, consistent, predictable bets that we can make. Short squeeze, all right, I guess. So there's 9,544 stocks. I don't know, it was a huge number we looked up the other day. Out of all of those, I only look at less than 300. Less than 300 companies have consistently increased their dividends for more than 20 years. I was talking about Tilray. I have no idea who they are. LUMN. Never heard of them. Let's try them out. All right, I'll write it on the list. We'll take a look at it in a little bit. LUMN. Lumen. Lumen. All right, Tilray. TILRAW. Never heard of them either. What do I think about Dow stock? Dow. DOW. We'll take a look at that one also. Anyway, we're at Alcoa. Take a swim work with Charles Schwab. All right. We're looking at Alcoa. Here's the high. Here's the low. Here's where it was. Here's where it is now. This is the direction it's going. Look at all that red. That's way going to the downside. Okay. A year ago, 33.89. All right. We already did that. Look at this. Hey, this thing's looking for a bottom. Look at that. We're searching for a bottom down here. So I'm going to put it down for next week. That way we keep our eye on it. Tilray is a Mary Jane stock. No way 20 years of dividends. Well, then we're just going to cross it off the list. Thank you there, Al. Save a little bit of time. Alcoa. I like the way that looks, especially we got a 30-day high here, a 30-day bottom here. Well, what happens after a 30-day bottom? Once we isolate the 30-day bottom. Now, to isolate the 30-day bottom, I like 2 days to the upside. So Monday could possibly be an up day. Don't know. Okay. 34.92. All right. So 34.82 and 34.91 are both lower than the last price. So market makers are going to push this baby down on Monday. That's the way it looks. Is that guaranteed? No, but that's just the way the evidence is pointing. Okay. So that's Alcoa. Wells Fargo is next on my list. WFC. Interesting. Wells Fargo. First thing we want to look at. 59.50. The 60s are going for 47. Not quite 1%. Now, I already own some Wells Fargo. So I'm going to be writing the covered call on the 60s right here because I already own it at 59.23. But would I pick it up again? Not necessarily so because the numbers just aren't working. But let's take a look at the charts. Okay, we bottomed out at 38.49 back in the beginning of October. Okay, the top was 62.45, and that was the middle of May. Do you go over how your trade went this week? Bob, we can take a look at that if you want. Here's the previous high. It drops pull back, drop, pull back, drop, pull back, drop, pull back. Here we are now. Now she's going to the downside. Pretty self-evident. Last 30 days, right here. Okay, last 30 days. Look, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now she's coming down. So Wells Fargo looks like it'd be a good choice in a couple of weeks. Not next week, but the week after, if I wanted to jump back into it. WFC. Because I already have some now. And if it's at 59.35, I might just around sell the 59s. I think I will. Because the 59s are paying 94 cents a share. And I already own them. You just buy shares. Austin, no, I don't. See, I already own the shares of Wells Fargo. What I do is covered calls. Covered calls basically one of the safest trading strategies there is. All I got to do is buy the stock, sell the option, and the call option, which would create a covered call. See, I own the stock, so sell the option, which is giving somebody the right to buy it from me at a certain price by a certain date. So the certain price I'm looking at is the 59 this week. By a certain date, well, I'm looking at the 26th of July, which is this coming Friday. And for that privilege, that person is going to pay me 94 cents a share. And 94 cents a share is well over 1% of what I'm looking for. And it's Wells Fargo. They've been in business for over 100 years. So I don't have a big issue buying Wells Fargo and holding on to it. Matter of fact, like down here, I already have some. Anyway, let's move on. Next on the list, PFLT. What is PFLT? PFLT. Yeah. Sorry, PFLT is a no. Jen, how are you? KMX. Jen, I haven't heard from you in a while. Is everything going okay? Yeah, Recon, I got that. That's going to be a no. Oops. KMX. Yeah, KMX is going to be a no. I mean, come on. It doesn't have 20 years of increased dividends, and it's a monthly. I don't like monthly, so you just don't pay enough. Why a no? Well, it's a monthly. I don't do monthlies. It doesn't fit the criteria. Okay. See, I like weekly optional stocks because there's 52 weeks in a year, which means I can get 52 dividend checks, not dividend checks, but premium checks from my dividend stock. AMD. Don't start with Delta. I had a flight with Delta today and I got canceled. So here I am still in Florida when I'm supposed to be in Massachusetts, going to a funeral this weekend, which I can't go to now. AMD, isn't that a no? Advanced Micro Divisions. Didn't we say AMD was a no because of the dividends? Okay, AMD is a no, no dividends. QQQY, that's always a no. But I think someone's going to want to know why QQQY is a no, besides the fact that I say so. Okay, here's the fact right here. It's a monthly optional stock, which means I can only get a covered call 12 times a year. So that's a no, plain and simple. What else do we have there? Jen, it says you want to be invited. I'll send you an invite. You want to say hi? Invitation sent, Jen. You can come say hi to everyone. All right, Dow. You want to look at Dow? DOW. Okay, Dow looks interesting. Let's see how many dividends Dow has consistently increased by. DOW. Please tell me that's not correct. The maximum amount of dividends for Dow. Yep, that's correct. All right, number one, Dow, DOW, 2019. Started out with a 70-cent dividend, and it's been 70-cent dividend for the whole 5-year time frame. No increase in dividends whatsoever, and it's not even 5 years of dividends. CSX. What is CSX Corporation? Okay, never even heard of CSX. Let's see how many dividends they pay out. CSX. 5 years. Yeah, sorry, that's going to be a no. So CSX is a no. What else we got? Recon. Oh, Recon had a question. He only really talks about dividends with 20 years. Yeah, thanks, Recon. Yeah, it's about true. Why bother? Recon, it's a month. Why is OG? Why is a monthly bad? All right, OG, this is for you specifically. You ready? This is why I don't like monthly optionable stocks, because there's only 12 months in the year. All right, so let's pull one up. O. Everybody likes O for some strange freaking reason. All right, now let's take a look. O right now is going for 58 bucks. All right, here's the chart here. Clearly in an uptrend. If I do this option right here, closest one I'm going to come to is the 57.50, which means I'm losing 68 cents. You take 68 cents off of this, you don't even get 1%, and not 1%, but I got to hold it for 27 days, which is 4 weeks. So I have not even 1%, and I got to carry it for 4 weeks. That's 0.25% per week. Okay, and I can only do it 12 times a year. All right, so if I'm getting 1% 12 times a year, yeah, no thanks. I prefer weekly optionable stocks, because weekly optionable stocks allow me to collect okay 1638. The closest one's going to be 1650. That's like that's almost 2%, and that's for a week, and I can do it 52 times a year. So anytime I say that's a monthly, that's a no. That means I can only do an hold that thought. I can only do a covered call once a month, which is 12 times a year. And that stock I just showed you was only paying 1% for 4 weeks. Now, if you think about it, 1% is kind of not bad, because that's 12% per year. That's a lot better than most checking accounts, savings accounts, and CDs are going for right now. If you like 1%, I don't. What should I do at 5,000 bucks? Throw a pizza party. No, I have no idea. Okay, I can't tell you what to do with your money, because I don't know anything about you. If you want to have a conversation, send me your phone number. I'll give you a call. We'll have a chat. Okay, this is not, put 5,000 in and it goes through the roof. No, it doesn't do that. We're looking for a 1% per week. We're looking for cash flow. So cash flow on a $5,000 account is only $5 a week, but that's still 50% per year if you're okay with 50% per year. Wait a minute, with 5,000, that should be 50 bucks a week. Yeah, is that right? 50 bucks a week? Yeah. Anyway. Alrighty. And I hope you are well. I'm not sure what I clicked. Sorry about that. Not a problem. Starkist. OXLC. OXLC. Now, I've never heard of this company before. And usually when I don't hear of a company, it's usually a no. There's no options at all. Okay, so with no options, and I'm only relying on either just the dividends once per quarter or capital appreciation, which doesn't work for me. I don't want to put my money into a stock and wait 5 or 10 years in order to get it back out. Sorry, that just doesn't work for me. Okay, I like weekly cash flow. It means every week I get a check. BA. Shay, you want to look at BA? Isn't that Boeing? Yeah, Boeing. Now, didn't Boeing stop their dividends quite a while ago? BA. Now, if anybody knows how to turn the brightness down at Yahoo Finance, I'll be all for it. Yeah, they stopped paying dividends a while ago. The last dividends was 2019 and 2020. So sorry, I'm gonna have to say no to Boeing, even though they do have military contracts and it looks like a good deal. But I'm in CMG for that 20-day moving average bounce. CMG. Chipotle, yeah, they don't have 20 years of increased dividends, dude. Seriously, they don't. Okay, and you're looking for that bounce? Well, she's been in a downturn for the last 30 days. Once it finds its bottom, that could be the bottom. Yesterday, Thursday. See that? Zoom right into that. See, this could be the 30-day bottom, right? Because we have 1 day to the upside. One more day to the upside. I like 2 days to the upside to isolate a 30-day bottom, but that could be it right there. Okay, this could be it right here, because yesterday she closed a little bit higher, and she didn't go as low. Okay, I don't do Chipotle because I know for a fact they don't have 20 years of increased dividends. But good for you if that's what you like. Why is music so loud? Okay, hold on a second. I don't have anything running in the background, so the music ain't coming from me. What do you think about tea? T, you say. I'm going to say no to T. The reason why I'm saying no to T has nothing to do with the numbers whatsoever. Look at where the chart is. Okay, you're almost at a 30-day high. Okay, Thursday was your high, and it hit it again back in the beginning of July. Now it hit it again Thursday. 1 day to the downside. And look at the last 30 days. Look at the low here, and look at where you are now. That is way too close to the high for me. So I wouldn't even look at it. And you're talking in the money? Well, at the money right now, the 19s are going for 48 cents. Okay, well, that's about that's a little over 2%. Fine, but do you think it's going to continue to go up? That's not a game I like to play. I don't like to buy at a high and wait for it to go higher. Okay. Jen, you say 50 cents per year following your strategy has given me more compound interest. Oh, Jen, I don't like to say more than 50 because people have a hard enough time believing 50% in the first place. So just for the fun of it, Jen, check this out. You'll like this. All right, you're going to like this, Jen, because you're going to find it rather amusing. Okay. View all. I did some of the calculations yesterday, and this is what I came up with. Okay. Account number 1 so far year to date so far is at 46.1%. 46.1%, and we're barely past the halfway point. Okay, barely past the halfway point. We're in the 3rd week of July. Well, look at account number 2. Account number 2 is up 69.5%. But account number 2 is a margin account. I don't suggest people do that until you really understand what you're doing. But Jen, I'm glad you're doing more than 50%, Jen. Eventually, when you get really good at it, really good, you can move all your money into it, and then you should be able to retire, Jen. Hang out with the kids. It's awesome to hang out. I hang out with my little buddy all the time. Go swim in the pool, have some peanut butter and jelly. O Realty, cigar. All right, cigar man, O Realty is a no. And the reason why O Realty is a no is because I said this just like a few minutes ago. All right. O Realty is a monthly optionable stock. Now, there's 2 kinds of options. There's call options and there's put options. I don't deal with the put options here. I only do the call options, and I only do those with what with a good dividend stock, doing a covered call. So I buy the stock first, I sell the stock option, a covered call against it, allow someone to buy it from me for basically the exact same price I just paid for it. I get to collect a premium, and that premium is usually more than 1% per week, and that's where I get my 1% per week. That sounds great. $50 a week for a $5,000 investment. Where do I park it to get $50 a week? You don't park it, you work it. There's a big difference between parking it and working it. Here I trade out 10 to 15 minutes a day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday is the day I do most of my trading. Okay, I do most of my buying on my stocks, and I sell the options on Monday because I get the highest time value. Because if I buy a stock, let's take a look at one real quick. If I buy this stock here at 1638 and I sell it for 1650 and collect 32 cents, 32 cents is almost 2% of the purchase price. Almost, a little bit less. Okay? But the question is, do I like this company? Remember the rules: never buy something you don't want to hold long term, never sell at a loss, make sure there's plenty of dividend increases. I personally like 20 years. Okay, you guys can decide what you prefer. There's some companies that have 10 years of increased dividends, and they may be a good fit for you. For me, they're not, because with 20 years of increased dividends, there's over 300 companies, and I think 300 is plenty for me to try to keep track of. But when I say you can get 50% or more per year, that's usually getting you 1%. The 1638, the 1650s, which is more than what I paid for it. If I pay 1638 and I sell for 1650, okay, I get an additional 12 cents a share because the strike price is higher than the purchase price. Okay, the strike price, 1650, okay, 32, is higher than the purchase price of the stock. That's a covered call. It's one of the safest trading strategies there is. So why wouldn't you do it? Why wouldn't you buy a stock? Got to be a good one. Because remember, rule number one: never buy something you don't want to hold long term. If you're holding it long term, what's the big deal? And you got to ask yourself the question: do I like this company? Well, this company here is Macy's. It's been in business for over 100 years. Okay, you see them every year. Okay, Macy's New Year's Parade, Macy's Easter Parade, Macy's Thanksgiving Parade, Macy's New Year's Parade, Macy's Christmas Parade. You've seen them over and over and over again. The name recognition that Macy's had is worth a fortune. Okay, why did it drop? Well, it dropped because they walked away from negotiations because somebody wanted to buy them out. And apparently they didn't like the deal. They said no. Now, they did the same thing. I think it was back in January or February, where they had an offer, and Macy said, "Oh, hell no." Okay, worst case scenario, we will buy back our shares at 24. I think that was right around here. So remember, we're buying at 22, and then I believe the CEO or someone high up in Macy said, "Oh, hell no, if we have to, we'll buy back our shares at 24." And I'm saying, okay, it works for me because I'm at 22. Okay, but I like Macy's. It's one of my best stocks I've had so far this year. That sounds great. Okay, yeah, user, what's your name? Yeah, you have to work it. $50 a week would be $2,600 a year. Yeah, that's about 50%. Okay, 50% of $5,000 is about $2,500. So he's making 26. That's about 50%. Does it work all the time? No, it doesn't. Does it work most of the time? Yes, it does. It works enough that I gave up almost all the other trading strategies I use, and I use this one more exclusively. This is what I use for my training for my newbies. It's simple, it's safe, it's predictable, and you get a nice fat premium. And if you do it right, you can make at least about 50% per year. Okay, FM 3810, we already said no to Chipotle. Cigar Man, O Realty, what's your opinion? Already said no to O Realty. They're monthly, they just don't pay. Okay, now you may think because they pay a monthly dividend. Okay, let's go to O Realty just for the fun of it. I like picking on O because everybody likes it so much. It pays a monthly dividend. Yes, it does. But here's the thing. All the way back to 2019. All right, let's see how much. Let's go to the maximum amount. 19, 18, 17. Wow. It goes way back into the 2000s, into the 1990s. All right, look at that. 1994. Old Realty has been paying monthly dividends. Okay? But look where we started out. 94, it was 7 cents. Okay, 95 went to 8. Okay, 96, it went to 7. Then it went to 8. 99, it was still at 8, so it didn't increase. 2000, it was at 9. 2001, it was still at 9. 2002, it was still at 9, so it didn't increase at all. 2003, still at 9. Okay, halfway through 2003, she jumps up to 10. Okay, then she jumps up to 11. 2005, 2006, she jumps up to 12, and to 13. 2008 's at 14. 2009, still at 14. 2010, still at 14. 2011, 2012, still at 14. Yeah, so they don't increase consistently. All right, so let's get to the long and short of it. They're increasing their dividends, but not consistently. That's number one. Number two, this is the major reason why I don't like O Realty. All right, 5.48%. 5.48%. You get some government bonds that are paying better than that. SPYI, that's a big fat no. Okay, so basically, I don't like O. The main reason I don't like O is because it has monthly options. Monthly options pay 12 times a year. That's it. Okay, great. So you get a monthly option and you get a monthly dividend. Great, fine, dandy. But still, you're getting 5 point something percent on those dividends. Okay, and monthly options, 57.56. The 57.50s are going for $1. Okay, so that's a little bit less. That's a little bit less than 2%. And then I'm losing a bunch from right there. Okay, so I'm buying it at 58.18. The closest one's going to be 57. So I'm losing $1, no, almost $1. 56. I'm losing 68 cents. You take 68 cents off of this, okay, you're not even getting 0.5%. I mean, you're not getting a 1%, but then you have to carry it for 4 weeks, 27 days. Okay, here's where it is now. Can you honestly tell me it's going to continue to go up for another 4 weeks? Yeah, I don't think so. It's going to go, it may go up a little bit more, but turn around eventually. Because look what the high is way over here at 60. And now we're at 57.50. It's going to go up a little bit, turn around, come down. So halfway through the 4 weeks, I got to hold it. This thing's going to turn around. I just don't like monthlies. It's just that plain and simple. SPYI is going to be the exact same thing. SPYI monthly. No. FEPI, same thing. FEPI is probably going to be a monthly. A monthly. No, the numbers just don't work. Okay, CMG. That's Chipotle, right? CMG. Yeah, a big fat no. Okay, Chipotle doesn't have 20 years of increased dividends. Okay, look at this high right here. Look at the big drop. We're looking for another day to the upside, but I don't do Chipotle because it doesn't have consistent increase in dividends. What is it? CMG. CMG. Dividends only. There are no dividends for Chipotle. Chipotle is a big fat no. Sorry. Okay. Why would I invest in a company that's not sharing their dividends with me? Not. It doesn't have to be the dividends. Okay. I want a portion of the profits. EQT. Jen, what is EQT? 35.45, 35.80. Yeah, check it out, Jen. 35.88, 35.42, 35.85. The market maker is going to push this thing down a little bit further. Okay? But at this current price right now, I'll be looking at the 36s. It's only paying between 23 and 288. That's a huge spread. That spreads over $2. You really can't get a good read on this, especially with numbers that look like that. All right, so let's take a look at the chart anyway. A year ago, we're at 40.59, topped off at 45.23. That was back at the beginning of November. The bottom was midway through January. That was 31.96. Let's take a look at the top right here. Okay, that was back in end of May. That was 42.45. Look, here's the high, 42.45. Down, up, down, up, down, hiccup, down, hiccup, down, hiccup, down. Yep, we're looking for a new bottom, Jen. Okay, 30-day bottom was Friday. More than likely, even if Monday's an update, it's still like, okay, what's the actual numbers going to look like? Because I can't do any calculations with numbers that look like this. Because the bid and the ask, that's way too far of a spread. Okay, and we're going to look for a bottom and look for 2 days to the upsides before you jump in. That's just me. You guys got to figure out what's best for you. When a stock comes down like this, there's a couple of questions to ask. One question is, do I like the company at this price? Two is, am I going to want to jump into it once it turns around and goes up to the upside? That's all stocks do. They go up and they go down, and then they go up, and then they go down. Okay, that's all they do. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, we're looking for a 30-day bottom. All right, Jen? But I will put EQT. Who the heck is EQT anyway? EQT. Well, they do pay dividends for quite a while, but they're not increasing consistently. Like I said, 12 for quite a while, since 06. '06 to 18. That's 12 years they didn't increase the dividend at all. Then in 18 they increased it to 3, 20 they jumped it to 13, and to 15, then to 16. All right, so they're slowly going up, but not consistently. Sorry, Jen. Bob, sorry, stepped away. Did I miss your calls for the week? Nope, haven't gone over mine yet. Thank you for advice. A cigar man is not advice. I just look at the numbers in my opinion. There's a big difference between my opinion, which doesn't mean squat. Ruby Tuesday, and which? Bristol Myers Squibb. Ooh, that's a good company. Bristol Myers. They've been in business for over 100 years. 42.64. I'll be looking at the 43s. That's for $1. That's over 1%. Cool. Look at the chart. The high, the low, where was it? Where is it? What direction is it going? It looks pretty good. Let's dive in a little deeper and see what it looks like. Okay, the high was 65.43. Okay, that was back at the end of July of last year. And the low is 39.24. That's the beginning of July this year. That's kind of strange. It goes from the high of the year in July to the low of the year in July. All right, let's take a look at this. Okay, here's your 90-day high, drop, recover, drop, recover, drop, recover, drop, recover, drop, recover, drop, recover. However you want to look at it. Okay, up, profit taking, up, profit taking, up, profit taking. However you want to look at it, it's still up, down. Now let's look at the last 30 days. Okay, check that out. Okay, up, down, up, down, up. It's still in an upward trend at the moment, but how much higher is it going to go? Because here's your 30-day high. Okay, this one could continue up, but will it continue for another 5 days? That's the question. If I'm buying it on Monday, is it going to continue to go up on Monday? Or which one should I do? Buy the 64, sell off the 42.64, sell the 42s. That'll give me over 1%. But look where she is. All she's got to do is just stay where she is or go higher. Okay? If this is a 30-day high and it's starting to drop, well, that's not the right time to do that. Say, what does this company usually do this time of year? Well, for that, we need the seasonality chart. Seasonality chart is basically, let's do a quick little show on this one. This is 10 years worth of data. Okay, way over here is January 1st, and right here is December 31st. So the blue line represents the movements for this year. The red line is 10 years of average movement. So they take 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017. Hey, Margarine. Okay, what? Anyway, but still, this is the last 10 years worth of average movement. So what do I want to look at? I want to look at right in here, because this is the month of July, and this is the month of August. Well, look what happens in the month of August. She starts to come down. Well, if I'm going to jump in, okay, she basically looks like she's going to go sideways for the rest of the month. Okay, so I bring up my crosshairs and I go to the right. Okay, so here's where we are right here. Okay, line that up. Okay, so for the next 2 weeks, we can go straight, and then in the beginning of August, she's going to start to drop a little bit. So do I want to do this for another week or two? It depends. Now, just because that's what it does the last week or two, you can't go against the trend. And the trend at the moment is to the upside. Okay, how far up is she going to go before she reaches a 30-day top, turns around, and starts coming back down again? Okay, it's just elementary. I mean, it's just the way the chart looks. Up, down, up, down, up. Next is down. I mean, it's just logical. Okay, so let's continue. That was Bristol Myers Squibb. I like Bristol Myers Squibb. All right. Ooh, 4 more questions. Jen, I'm not asking about EQT. Oh, well, Jen, you had it on there, EQT. I thought you were. Oh, do you deal with REITs? Not really. I mean, I do buy a couple of REITs because the numbers look good, but for the most part, I usually don't. Oh, Lee. I don't even know how you pronounce that name. But Intel, INTC. I like Intel. INTC. Now, if you guys remember, I had Intel a couple of weeks ago. All right. Quick check. Okay. High, low was, is. Okay. It's not at the high. It's not at the low. It's somewhere in the middle. I like that. 32.98. Well, of course, the closest one's going to be the 33. That's 78 cents. That's more than 2%. I like more than 2%. What about MO? Cigar Man likes Altria. Altria. I will write it down. We will take a look at it. MO. Altria. All right, we'll take a look at it in a little bit. All right, now we're looking at Intel. All right, I like it at 33. All right, so a year ago, we're at 33.64. Topped off at the end of the last year at 51.28. And looks like we have an interesting bottom here at 29.59 in the middle of May. Okay, so look at that. Look at that channel right there. Channeling sideways, and then she breaks out. Here's your high here. Now she's coming down. That is plain as day. Okay, that's pretty plain as day. Look at it. 30-day bottom. She shoots up. Here's your 30-day top. Now she's coming to the downside. Okay. Altria. Right, Cigar Man? Altria, MO? Yeah, it's going to be a no. Okay. If you got it, if you own Altria, here's an interesting question for you. How much higher do you think it's going to go before people are going to start taking profits? Okay, let's back it up a little bit. Okay. Now, here's your high, Thursday. Your bottom was back in last October. And that was 39 bucks. Now it's at 49. That's only a $10 increase, but a $10 increase on a $30 stock is a 30% increase. So the question would be is when are you going to take those profits? Because it's not a profit until you take it. And this is one of my favorites. You ready for this one? Nobody ever went broke taking profits. The idea of making money in the stock market is to buy low and sell high. All right. If it's at a high and you hold on to it, well, hey, you're just risking the fact that eventually the market maker is going to drop that and you're going to lose that profit. Jen, I'm going to join Monday. Can't wait to chat. Yay, Jen! Jen, I'm kind of interested in finding what the family's doing. Because you've been following along since I think it was like January, February, and I've been following what you're doing at work. I kind of hope you're stepping back a little bit and taking a breather and realizing all the money they're throwing at you is not worth the amount of time they're taking away from your children. Your children are only going to be young once. That's it. And out of everything you can make in life, you cannot make any more time, but you can make more money. But anyway, I'm not telling people how to live their lives. Recon, it doesn't do much because most are monthly, but yeah, it takes a look at it. What about Coney? Isn't Coney a monthly also? And why? Because I remember people want me to look at Coney, and every time I look at Coney, it's always a no. Yeah, Coney's a monthly. Coney's a no. DHR, Sheila. What is DHR? Denhera Corporation? Really? I never heard of them, Sheila. But let's take a look at how many dividends have they increased. DHR. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. All right. Not huge, but okay. 04, they started paying out a penny. 06, 07, 08, 09, all the way up to 2011, they didn't increase at all. 2012, it goes to 2 cents. 2013, 7, 9, 11, 12, 15. All right, so lately she's been increasing, but getting a slow start. Okay, so they might be picking up speed. Give them the benefit of the doubt for you, Sheila. All right. First thing I want to look at, 244. The 245s are going for $5. Well, that's over 2%. I like 2% for a week. Now, you got to ask yourself a question. Do I like DHR? Well, I've never heard of them. So for me, it would be a no for me. But if you like it, now they have a bunch of years of increased dividends. They're not consistent, but at least they're going up. Okay, there weren't any turnarounds where they pulled back. They're always going to the upside. Now, some companies, they go up and they pull back, up and they pull back. So it's like they're not consistently profitable. But at least these guys, they're slowly moving their dividends higher and higher. All right, so a year ago, 217, end of October, 182. That's the bottom. Now we have a double top at 269, once in the middle of May and once in the middle of June. Okay, take a look. Okay, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, it's coming to the downside now. So it's one of those ones I would sit and wait, watch for the bottom. Because here's the last 30 days. Okay, your 30-day high is here, your 30-day bottom's here, here's your rebound, and here's it's pulling back again. Okay, stocks are they're pretty much like a seesaw. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay. More questions. Generational wealth. What are your thoughts on? Uh-oh, I got to go all the way back again. What are my thoughts on Solana? Really? SOL? Aren't they like a no? Okay. No, they're monthly optional stocks. They don't quite fit the parameters. Good job moving the mouse on the screen so newbies can see and look at the big screen. Yeah. Mike, I am trying with that. It's like The big screen's there and my computer's over here. So I was like, can I do both at the same time? Yeah, maybe I can. All right. ADA all the way. All right. I don't know what ADA is. ADA. That's going to be a no. Coney STMY. Yeah. A Paz. No, no, and no. That's three no's in a row. Each one of those companies, Coney's no. MSTY, MSTY. Monthly. No. YBTC, YBTC. Another monthly. No. Okay, monthlies, understand one thing. Hoods, no. They don't have 20 years of increased dividends. ARC and ARS. Okay. ARC and ARS. ARCC. No. Okay. Aries Capital, monthly. No. ARCE. ARCE. No options at all. Okay. So sorry, Ruby Tuesday sandwich. AMD. We already looked at AMD. That was a no. Thoughts on Hood. That was a no. Recon. Do you consider all Warren Buffett's whole list or just his dividend portfolio? No, I look at his whole list, but some of the stocks he has don't have dividends, and some of his stocks has monthlies. AMD, we already did that. Maybe short MO. Oh, Jen, if that's what you want to do, all power to you. That's not something I teach here. All right. I have reached my goal and stepped back. Awesome. All right. Saeed, we already looked at AMD. We already figured that AMD was a no. Recon, yes. Jen, sure. Only if married with a bought call a calculator as you break even. Okay. Queen, what did you think about DNP? What the heck is DNP? No options. That's going to be a no. Sorry, kiddo. I only do stocks that have increased dividends, which means they're consistently profitable. Okay. And they need to have weekly options so I can get a weekly cash flow. Without any options at all, how am I going to make money off of this other than the dividends? The dividends usually every 90 days. Yeah, that doesn't work for me. I like to get a check every single week. Only way I can do that is with companies that have weekly options. Now there's 9,500, and I believe it was 44 or 64, some crazy number, companies available in the stock market. So out of those 9,560, however many, okay, only 300 have increased their dividends consistently. What does that mean? That means they're consistently profitable. Okay, so you have two different kinds of companies in the stock market. Ones that share their profits and ones that take the profits invested back into the company for capital growth. I'm not looking for capital growth here. Here, I am looking for safe, predictable, consistent 1% income on a weekly basis. Okay, so 1% income on a weekly basis is over 50% per year. Now, 50% per year doesn't work for you, and you don't have 15, 20 minutes a day to take care of your personal finances. I can't help you out because you got to think about it. Okay, you go to work, you go to school for, what is it, 12, 14 years, depending on what you want to do. After that, you go to college. After that, you go to the workforce, and then you work 30, 40, 50 years of your life, and you put a certain chunk of money aside, and you're supposed to take that and live off it for the rest of your life. Well, that money is supposed to give you some type of return. Well, who's going to do that? Nobody has more money, more interest in your money than you. So why not you take care of it? Why give your money to someone else to take care of if they're not getting you what you think you should be entitled to? Now, I don't think I'm entitled to 50% per year. It just happens to work that way. Okay, I found an interesting trading strategy when I went to teach my 9-year-old to trade. It had to be simple, safe, consistent, predictable, and no way for her to lose. So in order for that to happen, okay, it has to be never buy a company you don't want to hold long term, because you just might have to hold it for the long term. Now, the longest I've ever held anything is 9 months. So I don't mind buying companies that I like. Now, this one, I've never heard of this one before. So this one's a big fat no to me. Yeah, I like companies I've heard of. I like companies that are over 100 years old. I like companies that have consistently increased their dividends for more than 20 consecutive years. Not every once in a while, every single year. So that means they must be doing something right and are consistently profitable. Those are the only ones I want to put my money into. And there's about 300 of them. So out of the 6,000, no, 9,500 and whatever, there's only 300 that make my list. And I take them and I put them into a calendar. Okay? See the calendar? July 2024, all these little green dots represent every single company that's paying out a dividend. Okay, weekly or monthly, that's where they are. Now, if I look at the Warren Buffett's list, whoops. Okay, take a look what's on Warren Buffett's list. American Express, Bristol Myers Squibb, Globe Life, Verizon, MasterCard, AbbVie, Procter & Gamble, DHI, Aon, Alley, Bank Mellon. Okay, this is just this month. Okay, the July 2024. This is just this month. Next month is a different list. The month after that is another list. Okay, this is July 2024. This is the first month of the third quarter. Okay, first week of the first month, second week, third week. We are now coming into the fourth week of the first month of the third quarter, otherwise known as 27, 28, 29, 30, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Week number 30 for the year. There's 52 weeks in the year. Okay, on the 22nd begins week number 30. Okay? Now, I'm up over 40. What was I up over? Hold on a second. I'm up over 46% in week 30. We're in week 30 already, and I'm already up 46% in account number one. Account number two, so far, it's at 69. Now, I haven't finished the calculations for last week, for week two, so it's probably over 70%. But can you imagine that? 46% so far for this year. Now, a couple of people want to join the live. Gene D. Pool, yeah, all you guys who want to join, I have no problem whatsoever you guys joining, but before you do, DM me your phone number. I'll give you a call because I'm not just bringing anybody on here. I don't want to talk about Amway. I don't want to talk about NASCAR. I don't want to talk about football or ballerinas. No, I don't. Dividend stocks for investing for weekly cash flow. That's the only topic of conversation that I want to talk about. Don't want to talk about Bitcoin. Don't want to talk about cryptocurrency. I like to think I'm single-mindedly on this one goal. Safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. That's it. What do I think about DNP? A DNP was a no. Sorry about that, Queen. Trader Troy, DHR has earnings midweek. I have no idea what DHR is. DHR. Yeah, that's a no. All right, we already said DHR was going to be a no. How does a single mom start with the decision to do something about it? Can I come on and talk about women? No, because there are going to be some women that are going to want to come on and talk about men, and I prefer not to open that can of worms. All right, Smitty, you want to talk about cows? Cows? Really? Yeah, it's a no. No to the cows. PDR, does my daughter still trade? Yes and no. He's saying 25% returns based off 1% a week. Right. Well, yeah. All right. Paul, are you ready? Hold on a second. Let's go back here. All right, Paul. Okay. Here, where it has my current trades for 2024. I started in January with 117,475 in this particular account. Okay. To date, I've taken out 27,400. Okay, because I live off the interest. This account has made 46% already. Okay, so it is account where is it? This one right here? Nope, not that one. I don't know if you can see it. Right down here. Whoops. Okay. Profit and loss year to date. Slide all the way down. See? 50,000. Net liquid value 141. Well, I started out with 117. I'm at 141 and I've already taken out 27,000 already. Okay? So, if I started at 117, I've already made 50,000. Okay, it's well over 41%. But also, take a look at what my commissions, $300 in commissions so far. Okay, hopefully that helped answer some questions for some of you. All right, where am I looking at? All right, MPW. Look at that. Rafa wants to look at MPW. Now, this is one of the only REITs I invest in because the numbers are just so freakingly awesome. Okay, now I do have a bunch of MPWs. Just to let you know, I do own a bunch of MPW. So a year ago, here we are, 1050. We drop in the beginning in January at 285, and look at this last couple of months. Okay, here's your high way up here, 560, 556. Drops, retraces, drops again right down here to the 30-day to the bottom right here. 391. Look at this run up right here. And then a little bit of profit taking on Thursday and Friday. Last 30 days. There we go. 30 days ago. Look at it. Huge difference. Let's go back one more time and show it to you again. Okay. This is the 90-day chart. Okay. Up, down. Whoops, way over here. Up, down, up. Here's your top here. She pulls back, bounces back, drop, a little bit of hiccup, keeps dropping. Here's your 30-day bottom. Now, as soon as I change it from 90 days to 30 days, huge difference. Look, here's your 30 days ago, we're at 480. Okay, and then we drop down to 390, shoots back up, and now we have a 30-day high 3 days ago. Well, of course, there's going to be profit taking. Do you want to be part? Do you want to jump into this to go back up? No, it's going to come back down now because that's what happened. Stocks go up, stocks come down. Stocks go up, stocks go down. Why would you trade MPW? Why would I trade MPW? Because it's profitable. Because it's just making us money this week. Okay, now you can't argue with the fact that all these days to the downside, 2 days the upside, you jump in here. See, 30-day bottom right here. Okay, 2 days to the upside, right? And then jump in here. And then you follow this trend up, hits that. Now it's time to bail. Thank you very much. I'll take my profit and go away. Okay, which dividend stocks were in that account? Boomba! Which dividend stocks? Bum, 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 bum. All right, here you go. Wynn, Kohl's, Lowe's, CVS, Comcast, KeyBank, Capital One Finance, Target, Ford, Emerson Electric, 3M, Hewlett Packard, New York City Bank Corp, Clorox, Marathon, U.S. Bank, Nordstrom's, Paramount, Siri, JD, Mosaic, Intel, General Motors, MPW, Albemarle, Dell, Macy's, and Walgreens. There you go. That's all that was in that account. Let me turn this way. Don't turn this way. Right there. Oops, tiny bit more. There we go. Centered. All right. No idea. I'm lost. Jill Ann, tell you what. DM me your phone number. I'll give you a buzz. I'll answer any questions you have one-on-one. Makes it easy. Okay? Every time I tell people, hey, if you want to talk to me, I love talking to people. I really do. Okay, especially people who like the same things I like. I like investing for 1% per week, safe, predictable, consistent. That's what I'm looking for. That's my passion. That's my calling. Okay, I got a calling saying, hey, I need to share this. So that's what I'm doing. I'm sharing it. Awesome. Jill Ann, if you don't understand, DM me right where is it? Right there at the top. Top of the screen, top left. Click on that and you'll see a place where you can DM me your phone number. I'll give you a buzz and we'll chat about it. But be leery. There's 123 people here. And I got to say this every once in a while. There's 27 people. Last time we counted, 27 people pretending to be me. So there are scammers out there pretending to be me. I'm a little bit flattered because 27 people using my pictures, my videos, claiming to be me. Then they'll actually come here onto the live and they'll take names off here. Okay, so if you're interacting, you're opening yourself up to, I'm just telling you the truth, you're opening yourself up to people contacting you, telling you that they're me and I have a great deal for you. Yeah, I don't do that. Okay, number one, you're actually hearing my voice, you're hearing how I speak. When I say send me your number, I will give you a call. Okay, I don't take money from people. Okay, I don't do any kind of cryptocurrency. I don't do Telegram. I don't do WhatsApp. I don't do Forex. I don't do anything other than safe, predictable, consistent 1% on dividend stocks only. That's it. So if you get something in the email or some kind of a notice saying, hey, this is James from Dividend Stock Cafe, I got a deal for you. Nope, that ain't me. Okay? But Jillian, seriously, if you're seriously interested and you want to do it, any guys out there, send me a number, I'll give you a buzz. 86. There you go, Rafa. Boomba. Ugh, I jumped in late. What stock were we in that account that gained 46%? Okay, Boomba, we already went over that. Sorry. Yeah, besides, Boomba, this is recorded. This screen here is recorded live on YouTube. Okay, you want to find out, go to YouTube after we're done, rewatch the video, zoom through it, you'll find out exactly where it is. 86, nickel, no premium received from selling covered calls weekly. Right, I'm not quite sure. Joanne, just sit back and relax. You will get it and come up with a plan. Hold on a second. How do you do MU? I'm on YouTube. Now, YouTube, don't get me wrong, I do get the messages eventually, but they go to a different email address, and I only check that email address like once a week. Okay, sorry, you guys on YouTube. It's unfortunately, TikTok has most of the volume. You know, even people over on Instagram, those people over there, they send me messages too, but still not the same as it is with TikTok because it's so many people. All right, REIT is going to rocket when Feds cut rates. All right, that's what you think. Jillian, it will take time to absorb the info. Okay, they're all right. I mean, it's like any new job. How long do you hold on for? Oh, boomba. Okay, you're under the impression I hold on to anything. I don't. Longest I've ever held anything. Now, you understand, I've been investing for over 20 years. Longest I've ever held anything is 9 months. And that was Kimberly Clark last year. 3 companies went against me last year. Kimberly Clark, I held for 9 months. Target, I held for 6 months. PPG, held for 6 months. Okay, the stocks went down. They floated in the bottom for a little bit. They came back up. I sold off, and I still made money off of them. Can we email you? Yes, you can, to the10minutetrader@gmail.com. Okay. Someone is saying Eli Lilly will be the future of pharma. Interesting. It's a little out of my price range. Kathy, you sure have a lot of imposter TikTok accounts. I do, but not as much as some. I know Calvin Hill. Calvin Hill, he does cryptocurrency. That's all he does. Okay, he has a whole bunch of people pretending to be him. Yeah, he taught me a few tricks to find out who's who. If you go to my profile and you see how many people I'm actually following, I'm only following like one or two people, and that's it. Will this work like DM you a person? I'm not 100% sure over there in YouTube land. All right, let's keep going these questions. What happens when the stocks you own fall far that you can't make 1% a week? All right, well, Tom Pell, this is a question I get almost every single day. I always tell people to revert back to rule number one and rule number two. Okay, rule number one is never buy something you do not want to hold long term. So when it goes down, it's not an if, it's a when. Because if you think you're going to buy something and it's going to do nothing but go up, you're sadly mistaken. Because what do stocks do? They go down, they go up. 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 That's all they do. Okay? I look for them right about here. Okay? They go down 2 days, the upside, I jump in. They go down 2 days, the upside, I jump in. They go down 2 days, the upside, I jump in. I'm looking for 1%, which is not in here. It's over here, 482. Well, the closest one is going to be the 450. When the 5 is going for 8 cents. Now, 8 cents doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're buying it at 482 and you're selling it at $5, 8 cents, well, let's do the math on it real quick because you guys think it's not a lot. But here we go, 0.08. Okay, that's it, 8 cents per share. Okay, when you divide by the purchase price right here, $4.82. $4.82. Okay, that 8 cents per share here, 8 cents per share right here is 1.65%. That's over 1.5% for the week. But here's the thing, MPW last 30 days, here we go. Here's MPW at the moment. Okay, 30 days ago at 4.8, dropped down a little bit below 4, shoots back up a little past 4.90. Now 2 days to the backside. Well, what do you think is going to happen? Well, look at all this profit here. It doesn't look like a lot of profit, but if the bottom is 392 and the top is 495, that's a dollar move. Now I know a dollar move doesn't sound like a lot to you, but a dollar move on a $4 stock, that's a 25% increase. Just take a look at the numbers. That's a $10, that's a $1 move, right? $1 doesn't sound like a lot, but $1 on a $4 stock is 25%. And if you're going 25% in less than a month, well, of course there's going to be profit taking. Okay, so the profit taking is, hey, you got a couple of choices. There's a lot of choices you can do. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to jump in and do a covered call until this thing comes down. And that we'll probably look at it again in 2 weeks. Okay, not next week, but the week after. Okay, I'm going to write MPW for 2 weeks. MPW. No, so for you guys, in case you're wondering, I said I'm going to look at it in 2 weeks. Okay, I'm here every day. Okay, I've been here since January 2nd, 2.5 hours every single night since January 2nd. I've only missed 2 days. One, I was sick as a dog, couldn't do anything. The other, I had to take someone to the hospital, the emergency room. Couldn't do it that night either. Other than that, I do it every single night. Right at this moment in time, I'm supposed to be in Bridgewater, Mass. Okay, by the Bridgewater State College, but having someone thought it would be fun to mess around with the algorithms with Microsoft and the airliners. So a whole bunch of people got displaced from their flights, and I was one of them. Okay, so I'm sure somebody is chuckling somewhere. Yeah, do you see what I did? Messed up the whole thing. Yeah, fine, dandy. Okay, so it is what it is. It was awful selfish and childish to do something like that. But hey, I'm assuming they're looking for some kind of recognition for something. Someone's unhappy about something, so let's mess up a whole bunch of people's lives, make it inconvenient for everyone. That being said, that's MPW. I like MPW. Okay, I actually own some MPW. Okay, who just signed in over here? Dorothy Cannon over here on Instagram. How are you doing? All right, so let's get back to what we're talking about. Um, all right, so Tom Powell, to answer your question, yes, I do. When stocks drop, I consistently, every single week, sell a covered call against them. Let me give you my cow scenario. Okay, let's say I buy a cow, a nice pretty cow with pink bow ribbon, whatever. Okay, now my cow gives me a gallon of milk every single week. I'm a happy camper. What happens if my cow only gives me a quart or a pint? Am I going to get rid of my cow? No. I'm just going to sit there and hopefully, be nice to the cow until it gives me a gallon again and I can get rid of them at a profit. Okay, just because the stock goes down doesn't mean I want to get rid of it. Remember rule number one, never buy something you don't want to hold long term. And if you think you're going to buy something and it's going to do nothing but going up, you're sadly mistaken. This is not a game for you. Okay, stocks, that's what they do. They go up, they go down. They go up, they go down. They do not come to your house, wash your dishes, make your laundry, and make you dinner and tuck you in at night. No, they do not do that. They go up, they go down. That's all they do. If you expect anything else from a stock, you're sadly mistaken. Okay? They go up, they go down. That's it. Okay? I like to buy them. Okay? 30-day high, that baby is going to come down and find a new 30-day bottom eventually. When it finds that 30-day bottom, I want to jump in there as she's turning around and going back up again. Okay, it's not going to happen this week, next week, or the week after, but maybe in 2 or 3 weeks it will. I like MPW. I like the numbers. Look, 482, it's giving me over 1.5%. Why wouldn't I buy it? All right. What else we got? Bomba, awesome. You're doing the. Uh-oh. Bomba said something. I just missed what he was saying. All right, yeah. Awesome. You're doing amazing content. You may be the best strategy. I'm not an advisor. Bomba, remember that I am not an advisor. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. Minty Fresh, how are you? Found endorsed. Hey, how you doing? Bomba. Do you ever worry about having to pay higher taxes and not holding longer? No, I do not. Okay, here's the thing. Now, when anyone says anything about taxes, I always tell them, you need to talk to a tax strategist or a tax planner, not an accountant, not a bookkeeper, okay? Someone who knows how to legally get you to pay zero taxes on your income from your trading. Okay, to be labeled as a professional trader, okay, and to be able to take advantage of those losses, you have to trade at least 4 stocks a day. Oh, yeah. So anyway, the taxes, yeah, you have to get a tax strategist to help you out with that one. Real pranks. I'm going to try to do your dividend strategy. All right. Well, you're new here, so my suggestion, just a suggestion, take your time, open up a paper trading account. It's kind of like Monopoly money. Okay, it's not real, but what it does, it allows you to exercise new verbiage because you're going to use a whole different type of language. You're buying calls, you're selling calls, you're buying stocks, you're doing a covered call. Okay, some of the new terminology might be difficult. That's why I suggest it's not a recommendation. I suggest just sit, chill, absorb. Okay, I'm here every single night at 9 p.m. to 11:30. Ask any questions you might want to know. I learned a lot from James. Yeah. How many shares of MPW would you purchase at a lower price? I like to keep all my trades even. Okay. Now, one account, it's like 4 trades, so it's 25%, 25%, 25%. Another account, I have 6 positions, so it's like 18%, 18%, 18%, so on and so forth. Okay. With your $25 a month Patreon, are there Sunday videos on that you'll be buying Monday? All right. So at the $25 a month spot, you getting the live trading later after it's already happened. So you're not getting actually live trading except on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, because not a whole heck of a lot happens on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Oh, a new person over Instagram. 19 Edwin. How you doing, 19 Edwin? So that being said, it really depends on what you're looking for. Edwin sent you a request to be on your live. Okay, Edwin, sorry, dude. I don't let anyone be on my live unless I've actually had a conversation with them offline. So if you really want to, send me your phone number. I'll give you a call. Okay, I want to see how you can contribute to the topic of conversation before I invite anyone, because I don't want to talk about Amway. I don't want to talk about cryptocurrency. I don't want to talk about politics or religion. I only want to talk about investing in dividend stocks safely, predictably, consistently, because I'm here to share information to help people out. All right. 1% or greater. Yep. Sheila, be careful. The reason why it's 4% is they're reporting earnings this week. Could very well be. Oh, I missed some questions. Rincon, I make too much income that I'm not allowed to have a Roth IRA. You're allowed to have a Roth IRA. You're just limited in how much you can put in it. So you want the strike money and next lower to your purchase money and contract greater to equal to your purchase money. RoJ, now you've been here long enough. I'm not 100% what your terminology means, but if I'm buying it at this price here, I want to sell it as close as I can to the price I just paid for it. So if I'm paying 482, the closest one is going to be the 5. Okay, so buying it here and I'm selling somebody the right, not the obligation, through what is called a covered call or a buy right, however you want to interpret it or call it. Right? Is this amount right here that I'm collecting, is this going to be more than 1% of my purchase price? So just a little bit of math, and also I want to make sure, am I buying it at the right time? By looking at the last 30 days, well, 30 days ago we're here, we drop, and then we shoot back up again. Now we're coming back down again. In my humble opinion, for me, I will not be buying any of these for a couple more weeks. Okay, I will look at it briefly next week to see how its progress is coming to the downside. And then once we finding its bottom and then turning around, going back up and doing one of these things again, yeah, we'll jump in again. Because I like the fact that it's paying me 1.5% or 1.6% per week. Winner, Sheila, okay. 1% or greater, yep, boom, bye. Google backdoor Roth, that'll work. Tom Pal. So, do you move your covered call out for a month to get a 1%? You're not gonna, because you're okay. I do weekly. I don't do monthly at all. Okay, so if I'm buying it at 482 and she drops down to 4, well, I want to get as close as I can without risking losing. So there's a lot of different things I look at, and one of them being the range. How much does the stock move from high to low? How much does it move on a daily basis? Okay, from one day to the next, to the next, to the next. And I want to average it out so I'm not getting surprised by things that move. What about Costco? MPP, what the heck is MPP? MPP, I've never heard of it. MPP. No options, that's a no. Costco, is that CST? Or is it COST? COST. Costco. Yeah, Costco's a no, dude. Seriously. I don't do anything over $250. This is $839. Yeah, it's a little too, that's out of my price range. Sorry. I've learned a lot from Jane. Thanks, Al. Recon, easy to get 1% on a weekly. Cardiology guy, nice to see you again. Do this in a Roth, make great tax-free cash flow income. Yeah, see, I really don't like the Roths, because if you think that in 20, 30 years, when you're ready to retire, the government's not going to figure out a way to tax that money, yeah, you'll figure it out. Real pranks. So you buy covered calls whenever the stock you hold fall. No, that's not it at all. Okay, real pranks is what I do is I take a look at a calendar and I find out when is a good, decent company going to have its dividend. A good, decent company going to have its dividend because stocks have a tendency to go up just before the dividend is paid. So if Ally Bank right here is paying its dividend on the 31st, and I like Ally Bank, I want to buy it 2 weeks prior on a Monday. Okay, so here's Ally Bank right here on the 30th. 2 weeks prior, the week of the 24th is 1 week. The week of the 17th is 2 weeks prior on a Monday, the 15th. That's when I would want to buy Ally Bank. And I would look at the chart. Well, where's the high? Where's the low? Where's the flow going? What's the 30-day range look like? Does it look like it's going to go in my favor? Is now a good time to buy? And if it is, what kind of premiums am I collecting? Okay, let's put in Ally Bank. Okay, right now it's at 42.18. The 42.30s are going for 42s are going for 55 cents, which is well over 1%. Great. But what's the chart telling me? The chart is telling me no, thank you. Look at the last 30 days. Okay, nice move up. It's pulling back. Look at how high it is at the moment. It's high here. Where's your 30-day bottom? Way down here at 39. Okay, now it's at 44. 39 to 44, that's $5. $5 on that's a 7. What is that? Less than 10%, but it's not the point. Okay, it's coming to the downside. So it's no, but I like Ally Bank. It's on Warren Buffett's list. Great. So I will take a look at it in another 2 weeks. Okay, so let's put Ally Bank for another 2 weeks. Now, if you those users are thinking, well, I might not be here in 2 weeks. Well, I'll be here in 2 weeks. Okay. Now we do this every night. We take a look at stocks that we like and see when is the best time to buy them, and when is the best time to buy them, and are we collecting more than 1%? That's what I'm looking for. Safe, predictable, consistent 1%. Now I'm not giving any advice. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm telling you to do your own research. Hey, I'm not an accountant. I'm not an investment advisor. I'm basically a nobody. I'm just some guy who got kicked around too much and said, hey, my 9-year-old want to learn how to trade. So I had to be safe, predictable, consistent, and simple. Okay? It has to be simple, safe, predictable, and consistent, and no way for her to lose. So the trading strategy I had to come up with had to give her those 5 criteria, especially simple. Being 9 years old, what does she know about math? What does she know about economics? What does she know about any of that kind of stuff? Simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way to lose. That's the 5 criteria I had to overcome. Okay, great. The 5 rules. Never buy something you don't want to hold long term. Do I like Ally Bank? Well, you know what? It's in Warren Buffett's portfolio. So if it's good enough for Warren, it's good enough for me. As a matter of fact, this is one of the only lists that I never question. If it's good enough for Warren Buffett, it's going to be good enough for me. Point blank, that's it. I take a look at when are they paying their dividend? Great. I want to buy it 2 weeks before on a Monday. Buy it at the current market value, sell somebody the rights to buy it from me for the exact same price I paid for it. Okay? As long as they get the dividend coming up, that's one thing in my favor. What is the chart telling me? If the chart is positive and saying, hey, we're down at a 30-day low and it looks like it's going to the upside, they have 2 days to the upside, great, I want to jump in. That's 2 things on the right side. Do you do Zip It? I never heard of Zip It. No buy. I have no idea what that means. I sent you an email instead of a DM. I don't know how to DM you. All right, A person, thank you for that. I will have to take a look. I don't even know how to set up an autoresponder. Isn't that weird? No. Neil said no. No, I have no idea what you're saying no to, Neil, over here on YouTube. Sorry. All right, so that being said, I want to make sure any stock that I look at, and like I said, if it's on Warren Buffett's list, it's a no-brainer. I don't even take a look at it. But what I do take a look at are the things on my personal list. Okay, now here's some companies that are over 100 years old. Pfizer, Lowe's, Procter & Gamble, General Electric, AT&T, MasterCard, Caterpillar, Hormel. Okay, those are companies that are over 100 years old. Those I will take a look at. I want to see what the cash flow looks like. I want to know what the book value is. I want to know how much cash they're having coming in. How consistent are they with increasing their dividends? This list I will check. I won't check Warren Buffett's list because he's already done his work. Neil, ExxonMobil. I like ExxonMobil. It is on my list. But is it the right time to jump into ExxonMobil? I'm going to say no. Okay, reason being, look at this. It's at a high. It's going to be a no for me. Chesapeake's. Neil never heard of them. Marathon. Ooh, I like Mara. M-A-R-A. Okay, Marathon's also going to be a no at this moment in time. Okay, let's take a look at the last 30 days. Okay, here we are down here, your 30-day bottom. She pulls up. Okay, some profit taken. Here's your bottom here. 2 days to the upside. Jump in, take it to the top. She tops out at 27.28. Now we have 2 days to slip back. Yeah, so Mara, don't get me wrong, I love Mara. I do. Take a look. I can buy it at 24.65. The closest strike price is going to be the 25. Okay, at 25, that's $1.65 a share. That's like 6%. But here's the thing. Geopark, Neil never heard of them. Sorry. So here's the thing. I like Marathon. I really do. However, 6% at 24.65. Do I like it at that price? Even though it's offering me 6% premium, okay, at the 25 strike price. Okay, 24.73, 24.64, 24.65. The market maker is going to push it down. Okay, see the last traded price right here. Whoops, last traded price right here, 24.73. Okay, the bid 24.64, the ask 24.65. Both are lower than the last price. That's an indication that the market maker is going to push it down next week. So, do I really want to do a covered call on this one? Probably not. Would I sell a put on it? Yes, I would. I'd probably sell, no. Okay, I'd probably buy a put, but I don't do that here. So let's not even talk about that. Let's go on to the next questions. We have 51 questions. Interested in a short list of stocks each week that you're looking at. Which Patreon tier? That would be $100 a month. That way you get a list every single. Matter of fact, I'm going to send it out tonight. What do you think about oil prices? Yeah, I don't do it that way. Terribly sorry. I look at like 4 or 5 different oil stock companies. That's because they consistently increase their dividends. And what I look for is, what is the chart telling me? And I only want to get in for 5 days. All right. So if you're looking for something to jump into for the long term, you're in the wrong place. This is not it. Okay. With Mara, I want to jump in. I want to be out in 5 days. So what can I do to take a look at this company and make a trade on this one? Well, this one looks like it's coming down. So like I said, I won't do anything with this for a couple of weeks. Not next week, but the week after. And it's already on my list to take a look at it in 2 weeks. Because I like Marathon. It gives me nice premiums. And I like the nice premiums. That's what I'm here for. When she drops, see it? Here's a high right here, previous 30-day high. It drops down here, 2 days to the upside. There's my signal to jump in. Okay, look over here. There's the bottom here. 2 days to the upside, that's my signal to jump in. And I'm only looking to get 1%. So if I jump in on a Monday and I'm getting my 1%, great, fine. What happens on Friday? Well, we'll find out on Friday. Okay, so the live trading group is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 a.m. until you guys are done asking questions. I will stay on as long as you want, as long as you ask questions. Stop asking questions, I sign off. It's actually that simple. On Friday afternoons, we jump on at 3. And then we take a look at the positions that we have sold something against to make sure that everyone in the group is going to be profitable. Okay, the more people we get, the earlier and earlier we have to sign on. But I'm finding that signing on at 3, everybody in the group usually gets all their questions answered before 4 o'clock, because after 4 o'clock, the options expire. And if you're at the wrong end, there's nothing you can do after 4 o'clock. Okay, so I've seen a lot of stuff over the years, and to have me actually watch over your shoulder as you are trading. So in 1 week, 1 week's coming up. Neil, I have no idea what you're talking about there. Okay, every once in a while, when you throw something out on YouTube, it shows up for like 5 or 10 seconds and it just disappears. So I don't follow the conversation completely. Sorry about that over there on YouTube. No selling. No selling. Well, not on Mara. No, we're going to wait 2 weeks on Marathon, wait for it to come down. Because see where it is now? It's at 24.33. 2 days ago was the 30-day high. Well, what normally happens after 30-day high? Well, I'm telling you, I'm a buyer and I'm a seller. If I'm buying, if I'm holding on to a company that has gone from 19 to 27, that's $8. A $19 stock. See the bottom down here? Okay, 1883, 1881. It topped out at 27.28. That's a $9 jump on an $18 stock. That is a 50% jump. Me too, you got that one. Okay. From here, it doesn't look that big, but look at the numbers. From 1880, from 1868 to 27.36. That's almost a $9 move on an 18. That's a 50% increase. You bet your butt I'm taking my profits and getting out. Expect it. So think to yourself, you buy low, you sell high. Great. Divs. I like divs. All right, so here's the high right here. And you get people like me jumping out and saying, hey, I want my profits. Thank you very much. And then the stock drops. And then it gets down to a point like this, 19. Oh, Mara at 19. Oh, hell yeah, I'm going to buy some. That's why it does it. Ginger Button. Interested in short list. Stocks. Okay, yeah. Oh, that would be the $100 month one. Every week, you get a list of the stocks that are up for consideration for the previous week. Now, we are currently right here. Okay? July 20th, which you can see 1, 2, 3, third week in July. Okay? Third week in July. July is also the first month of the third quarter. Remember, there's 4 quarters in the year. January, February, March, first quarter. April, May, June, second quarter. July, August, September, third quarter. October, November, December, fourth quarter. We are in tail end of the third week of the third quarter. Okay? Monday, the 22nd, okay? Monday, the 22nd starts the first day of the fourth week of the third quarter, or otherwise known as week number 30 for the year. Okay, try not to get them confused. Okay, there's 365 and a quarter days in a year. There's 266 trading days. Okay, each quarter is represented by 3 months. Okay, we already did that. Okay, in those 3 months, 90 days roughly, there's only 66 trading days. So out of those 66 trading days, there's only 13 weeks. Okay, 13 weeks. Okay, week 1, week 2, whoops, week 1, okay, week 2, week 3, week 4 of the third quarter. So we're actually in week 4 of the third quarter, which is week 30 for the year. Now, funny thing about week 4 in the third quarter, it looks very similar to week 4 of the first quarter. It looks very similar to week 4 of the second quarter, because all these stocks, watch this, okay? This is July 2024. Look at the stocks. Cardinal Health, Comcast, American Express, Bristol Myers Squibb, Cisco, General Dynamics, Lennar, JP Morgan, MasterCard, so on and so forth. Let's go back to, April, which is the first week of the second quarter. And what do we have? Comcast, Cisco, American Express, Bristol Myers Squibb, JP Morgan, MasterCard, AT&T, Verizon, so on and so forth. Exact same. Let's go back to January. Oh, take a look. January 2024. Comcast, Cisco, American Express, Bristol Myers Squibb, JP Morgan, MasterCard, AT&T, Verizon, exact same list. Okay, we can even go back even further. October, okay, Cardinal Health, Comcast, Cisco, American Express, MasterCard, Bristol Myers Squibb, General Dynamics, JP Morgan, so on and so forth. Same exact list over and over and over again. Okay, I will look at Comcast the first week of the quarter, every single quarter. Why? Well, Comcast was incorporated in 1964. They've got over 65 million people paying them a check every single month. So yeah, I'm going to look at it. Oh, so do it weekly, but if you own it and it drops, your covered call might not give you 1%. Tom Powell, yeah, you're right. Now, to be totally honest with you, complete, what do you call that? Transparency, that whatever that crap is. Let's take a look at some of these. Okay, these are all my trades so far this year. Go all the way back to week number one. Week number one, okay, the 2.12%. Week number two, 1.3%. Week number four, 0.85. I didn't make my 1% that week. Okay, week number four, 0.9. I didn't make my 1% that week. Okay, week five, 1.03. 1.06, 1.9, 2.3, 2.32, blah, 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 so on and so forth. But it gets worse. Watch up here. Because I was going through these numbers and says, oh man, that hurts. Okay. Right here. Okay, week number 21. Oops, right there. Week 21. That's it. What do we get? Macy's, Marathon, Wynn, Intel. Okay. 1.2%. Week 22. 0.6. You seeing it? 0.6%. What did I have? Intel, Marathon, Wynn, Kohl's, and PW. Didn't make my 1%. I made just barely over 0.5%. Okay. Week 23, 0.6% again. Week 24, 0.6 again. Week 25. Here it is. You guys were waiting for it. You dance to the music. Eventually, you're going to pay the fiddler. Week 25. Negative 0.15. Negative 0.1. The only loser for the whole year, right there. Three stocks: Intel, Kohl's, Wynn. All right. One of them went the wrong direction. I had to buy it back, ate up all my profits, and I actually lost some money on week number 25. Okay. Intel, Kohl's, Wynn's. It was Kohl's that shot up. I had to buy it back. I lost money on this week. Okay. But look at this. Week 26, 1.5. Week 27, 3.37. And take a look at this one. I think this is the big one of the year. Week 28, which is a couple weeks ago, 5.2%. Okay, I haven't done week 29, which was last week. Okay, the one that just finished. So I haven't done that one yet. But this week, this current week, like just now, I haven't done that one. Last week, July 8th. So July 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, so on and so forth. Look at all these positions. Walgreens, Macy's, Walgreens, Siri, Comcast, Macy's, MPW, Walgreens. I made a nice fat percentage on that one, 5.2%. Okay, I haven't calculated the returns on this account over here yet, but I'll get to it. But account number one is up 46.1% since the beginning of the year. Do I make my 1% every week? No, I don't. But I make pretty damn close to 1% every week. In some weeks, I make more than 1%. So on average, 46.1. We're into week number 30. Yeah, I think, it's more than 1% a week. All right, so let's get back to where we were. Because hopefully that answers a bunch of questions. Okay, my goal, 1% per week, safe, predictable, consistent. Now, for all you people that are interested in the morning trading group, okay, all these trades here, I do them live. Okay, every single morning I do a podcast. Here it is right here. That was all my social media, all those little dots. Okay, Dividend Stock Talk, right there. There's over 900 episodes here. every single trading day, I will do a podcast. The first part of the podcast is me doing the trading.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is James from Dividend Stock Talk, brought to you by the 10-Minute Trader, where I invest in
Can't hear
dividend
it. Hold on a
stocks
second.
for weekly cash flow. It
Gotta put
is
the amplifier
Wednesday, the
on.
12th of June. We got a week, 2.5 weeks left to go for the end of the half-year mark, which means the end of the second quarter, beginning of the third. Let me jump in and see where I am, and let's move on forward.
Okay, so I do a podcast every single day. Okay, here's YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, podcast, LinkedIn. LinkedIn, I'm not as active as I would like to be. Here's the Patreon where you can sign up for the morning trading group. And then all the books that I've written, those are available also. I'm going to try to make the website a little bit better interactive. Okay. All right, so let's get back to where we were. Mara is good, but we're not going to look at Mara for another couple of weeks. All right. The Don Ditto. Really, Don Ditto? You want me to take a look at BJ? BJ's Wholesale Club, 89. It's a monthly. It's a no. Sorry. And Real Pranks, Costco, yeah, that's a no also. No problem for me. I'm already retired. Oh, minty fresh. Way to go. All right. Cardiology guy. Well, doing it now. I'm older. What charting platform are you using? Apple user, this is Thinkorswim. It's available through Charles Schwab. You can actually download it free onto your computer, which I suggest you use the online. I don't use the online version because the one downloaded onto my computer has a lot more perks to it. Sheila, who commented about STX earnings? I didn't see that comment. I don't know about STX earnings either. What are we selling? Oh, we're selling oceanfront property in Arizona. If you buy 1 acre today, and if you act now, you get 2 for the price of 1. I'm not selling anything. Bangkok. Let's look at Amazon stock. Bangkok. Let's not look at Amazon stock. I only do companies that have consistently increased their dividends. Amazon doesn't do dividends, which means they don't share their profits. So that means it's a no. Best platform to use for this strategy. I like Thinkorswim. However, I don't know all the other trading platforms out there. So I don't know. That's my honest answer. I don't know. I've been using this one for over 15 years. Okay. And it's been almost the exact same for the last 15 years. I don't like change. Once you get good at something, why do that? NEU, minty fresh. NEUN. EU. New Market Corporation. Oh, come on. You've been here long enough. You should know that, minty fresh. I want weekly optionable stock. NEU's not. Typical have an increased likelihood of significant move. Okay. I avoid stock on earnings weeks. Me too. I don't like earnings. Where do you get the dividend calendar? All right. The dividend calendar that I show here is on Thinkorswim. It's part of the trading platform. Okay. I do have a couple of videos on YouTube from decades ago showing you how to use Thinkorswim. I probably should update it. Now, other than that, you can go to any search engine and search EX dividend date calendar, and you get a whole bunch of different companies that actually offer free dividend date calendars. Explain the sale of the stock before the dividend payout. All right, Ben, quickly take a look at this. All right, October 23, we don't look at that. We want to go July. Here we go. All right, hypothetically speaking, Mr. Ben, are you ready for this? Okay, I've highlighted lows on the 24th. All right, no, never mind. Let's do KMI, Kinder Morgan. Okay, on the 31st. If I want to buy this stock and collect the dividend, by the way, is 28 cents a share. All right, that's on the 31st. I like to buy it 2 weeks prior which would be the week of the 17th, on a Monday, which would be the 15th. Okay, Kinder Morgan has its dividend on the 31st, 2 weeks prior on a Monday. Then I want to buy it at the market open, sell somebody the rights to buy it from me at the exact same price I paid for it, and that is called a covered call. Hold on. A covered call just so happens to be one of the safest trading strategies there is. So if it's ultra safe, why not use it? And if I'm doing covered calls on dividend stocks and they consistently give me a 1% premium and I'm buying it at the right time, everything's going in my favor, why not? I mean, that's what I'm looking for, a safe, predictable, consistent 1% per week. So if I like the company, okay, Kinder Morgan on the 31st, I'll buy it on the 15th, okay, at the market price, whatever the market price is, just for the fun of it. Let's see what it is. KMI. Okay, so Kinder Morgan is at 21.50. The 21.50 is going for between 20 and 24. So that's right around 1%. Not quite, but right around 1%. So if I'm buying it at 21.50, which I'm probably not going to, because look at the chart way up here. That's going to be a no for me. But on the 15th, where was it on the 15th? Okay, this is what the 30-day chart would have looked like on the 14th. On the 14th, all right. There's your previous 30-day high, previous 30-day bottom. Here's the 14th here. Here's the 15th. Would I have bought in it? No, I probably wouldn't because it's too high. But that's not the point. The point is, if I buy it on that Monday, okay, at 22.50, and I sell the rights to someone to buy it from me at 22.50 by Friday, and if the stock is above 22.50 on Friday, I'll be back into all cash on the 22nd, and that's what I want. If I'm not into all cash and I'm carrying the stock further, well, I'll write another covered call. So I'll write a covered call here, collect a premium. My target's hit or it's not hit on Friday. Great. If it's not hit on Friday, I'll do it again on Monday on the 22nd. Do another covered call and pick up premium number 2. Okay, premium number 2. Okay, if it hits my target, great. If not, I'll do it again for a third time. 3 times a charm. Okay, premium, 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 dividend. And if I still own the stock on Friday, I will continue doing it until it hits my target. If the stock drops, I will drop my covered call. Okay, if it's at 22.50, maybe I'll drop it down to 21 or 20 or 19 if it drops. But as long as I'm bringing in something is better than nothing. Would I ideally like 1% every week? Yeah, I would. But what happens? Hey, Akuna's here. Hey, Akuna, how are you over in Sweden? Yeah, so I'll just keep my eye on it and consistently sell a covered call against a good company. So the question, number one, always have to ask yourself, number one question, do I like this company, Kinder Morgan, at 21.58? That's it. That's the question you ask. Do I like this company? Do I like it at this price? And then go from there. Don't ever buy something you don't want to hold long term. That's rule number one. Okay, then never sell at a loss. Defeats the whole purpose. 20 years of increased dividends, weekly options, and then make sure the numbers work. What do I mean by the numbers? Well, if I'm buying it for this, selling for that, what am I bringing in? Is that 1% or more? Great. What's the chart telling me? Well, the chart's telling me no. It's too high at the moment. Sorry, it's a no. All right. Let's keep on moving. All right. Can you only do this once per quarter with a dividend? Party Springs. I think what you're asking, the answer is going to be yes. Because Kinder Morgan, okay, when I was just showing you, only pays a dividend once every 90 days. Okay, so this is the, Kinder Morgan would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth week of the third quarter. Okay? So the 5th week of the third quarter, do I buy it or do I not buy it? That's a choice. And then I won't look at it. I won't look at it again until the 5th week of the fourth quarter, which is 90 days away. So I look at the exact same stocks every 90 days. See, Kinder Morgan, I look at it every 90 days. Lowe's every 90 days. Pfizer every 90 days. Procter & Gamble, General Electric, Verizon, AT&T. Okay? Okay? Pfizer, Lowe's, Caterpillar, Bank Mellon, Procter & Gamble, General Electric, Whirlpool, AT&T, and Verizon, MasterCard. Come on, we know all these companies. Comcast. Every single one of these companies I will look at every 90 days. Okay, so the first week of the quarter, I'm looking at Cardinal Health, Comcast, American Express, Bristol Myers Squibb, Cisco, General Dynamics, JP Morgan, and Lennar. That's the first week of every single quarter. Those are some damn good companies. If the numbers work, great. I'll buy them. I'll grab the 1%. I'll say thank you very much. See you again in 90 days. Because what's coming up next week? Well, it's MasterCard, Whirlpool, AT&T, and Verizon. What's after that one? General Electric. Okay, great. So that's week number 2. What's week number 3? Oh, check it out. AbbVie, Abbott Labs, Hormel, PNC, Procter & Gamble. Why wouldn't I? And then after that, what's coming up next? Oh, look at that. Pfizer, Lowe's, Caterpillar, Bank Mellon. They're all good companies. Now, this is just one list. I have other lists. Okay, I got the Dividend Kings, 50 years of increased dividends. The Dividend Aristocrats, 25 years of increased dividends. How come it's only every 90 days? Well, Hakuna, it's every 90 days because there's 90 days in a quarter. January, February, March, 90 days. April, May, June, 90 days. July, August, September, 90 days. October, November, December, 90 days. Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. Each quarter has 190 days. Has 90 days. Roughly. Okay, we're not getting into semantics. Well, it has 92 days. That one has 89. Now, I'm not getting into those kind of semantics. You know what I mean. Okay? So, Kinder Morgan will have a dividend every 90 days. Okay? Pfizer will have a dividend every 90 days. Ask yourself a question. Do I like those companies? Do I like them enough to jump into them and see what they look like? Great. Holy cow, I get 86 questions to go, and we got 15 minutes left. Daniel Rico, thank you for fixing your screen. Now can we see your screen just fine? Okay, cool. Alrighty, Recon, good to know. Is there a minimum amount of stocks to purchase so you know you get the dividend payment before you sell? All right, Wildcat, it all depends on your level where you are. We all start at a different level. Okay, some of us start with $100. Some of us start with 100,000. Okay, depending on where you are, where you want to go. Now, I have a bunch of different accounts. One started out with $50. One started out with 15,000. Okay, one started out with over 100,000. One started with 147,000. Okay, so they're all different. So it all depends on what it is you're looking for. 89 more questions. Oh my goodness. On baby. So I have a question. Will you out answer? On baby, I have no idea what that means, but if you ask a question, I'll do it. Yeah, I will answer it, but go ahead. Shit. I missed all these questions. NEU, yep. Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson. Oops, Ms. D Fresh. Did I miss the question? I think I missed this question. Poseidon's Last Molar, back again. What's a reasonable starting bankroll for someone who wants to jump in and trade alongside? That's going to be totally up to you because I can't tell anybody what to do. Seriously, I can't. I have no idea. You know, you may want to start with, $100. You may want to start with 100,000. Everyone's different. Okay, and I suggest you don't put any money into it until you at least get good at paper trading. What's paper trading? It's kind of like stock trading monopoly. Okay, companies such as this, Thinkorswim, once you download it onto your home computer, you can do what's called a paper trading or a virtual account. right? And it gives you all the same numbers and allows you to do trades. If you make a mistake, you don't lose anything. It's kind of like a practice field. Okay? You don't jump in and put real money into it until you're good at what you're doing. The stock market's been around for over 400 years. It ain't going anywhere. Don't be in such a hurry. Jump in, take a look. Do I like Kinder Morgan? Well, KMI. Well, look what it's done for the past 30 days. Well, it's gone up. Do I want to buy it now? No, I don't. Because I'm not looking to buy at a high, waiting to go higher. I will look at it in another 2-3 weeks after it's found its top and came down. As you make money when you buy low and you sell high. Larry, can you change your covered call daily? Yes, you can. Akuna, is it enough for you with dividends every 90 days? What's the minimum criteria? Do you also do companies that pay dividends one time per year? Yes and yes. Let me give me a second, Akuna. I'll get back to that in a second. Are the live trading bots legit? All right, Talent. I honestly couldn't tell you that. I wouldn't put my money into a computer. That's just me. I've seen way too many of the Matrix movies. I've seen way too many of the Terminator movies. Where do you think they get some of these ideas from? Okay. Realist guy on TikTok. Well, thank you for that. Negan. Negan X. Okay. So, Hakuna, to answer your question, I tell this to everybody. I honestly, really, 100% don't care very much about the company, other than the fact is, do they consistently increase their dividends? That means if you're increasing your dividends, now your dividend is nothing more than a portion of the profits that the company shares with the investors. So if the company's profitable, they're going to share dividends with their investors. Those are the only companies I like. Now, if the company consistently increases their dividends, that means they're consistently profitable. Okay, so if you're consistently profitable, you must be doing something right. In 20 years of consistently sharing your profits, well, yeah, those are the only ones I want to look at. And there's 300 of them. Okay, there's over 9,500 different companies in the stock market I can choose from any day. Why would I choose a company that's not consistently profitable? I'm not looking for capital appreciation. I'm not looking to buy a stock and have it going up in 5 or 10 years. No, 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 no. I'm retired. I need to live off of this money. So it has to bring me in a safe, predictable, consistent amount on a monthly basis. And that's what I'm looking to do. Are the live trading bots legit? I can't tell you that because I wouldn't do one if my life depended on it. So I've owned Kinder Morgan for 4 years. Should I be offering call options? Okay, Rich, I honestly don't know anything about you. I can't tell you what to do. All I can say is if I owned anything for 4 years, I'd be selling a covered call against it every single week. Okay? Now, Kinder Morgan, this is where it is at the moment. All right? It is at high of the year. So I'm going to tell you two things. Number one, it ain't a profit until you take it. That's number one. Number two, nobody ever went broke taking profits. And number three, eventually, and don't kid yourself that it ain't going to happen, eventually, you're not the only one on the dance floor pushing this thing up. There are other people. As a matter of fact, let's just look at Kinder Morgan. Damn it. Doesn't have it there. Let's go here. Okay. On Friday, okay, take a look. This chart on Friday, right here. See this? Down here towards the bottom, that's volume. Okay. 25.36 million shares traded on Friday. Okay. But Thursday, 41 million shares. So look at the run up. Okay. 41 million people, 41 million shares were traded on Thursday and 20 something million on Friday. So you are not the only one holding it at this price. At some point, someone who has some of those millions upon millions of shares say, wait a minute, I'm going to take my profits. Let's see what the profits look like. Okay, so beginning of April. Oh, we already did this one. Beginning of April over here. See it? See what the bottom is? 1762. See what the top is? 2181. So what's the difference between 1762 and 21? 17 is 3, 4, almost $4.5. So let's say $4 on a $17 stock. That's a little over 20%, because at $16, $4 on a $16 stock is 25%. So what's $4 on a $17 stock? Well, it's a little bit less than 25%. Okay, but it's over 20%. That's a 20% increase in the last 2 months. 20% increase in the last 2 months. So if you think there's people aren't going to be saying, "Hey, I'm taking my profits now," because it ain't a profit until you take it, and you can't spend a paper profit because it looks good on paper, ain't going to do you any good. Okay, you can't do it until it's legal tender, so you can take it to Starbucks and buy yourself a cup of coffee. Other than that, it just doesn't work. What buzz you're referring to? Okay, but the stock goes down, you keep it. Can't say see you in 90 days. All right, Mortgage Magician, if the stock goes down, yeah, you're right. But why would I not take profit is what I'm trying to say. Okay? The middle of April, we're down to almost $16. Now we're at 21. Okay, that's a $5 increase in 2 months. Now, $5 increase doesn't sound like a lot, but from a $17 stock, that is over 20% increase in 2 months. Okay, so take the profit, don't take the profit, it's all up to you. But as I'm saying, if I was a buyer, okay, and I own this stock and it made this kind of a move, yeah, hell yeah, I'd sell it, because it ain't a profit until you take it. Most companies pay dividends 4 times a year. You're correct. Starbucks, yep, I like Starbucks. I actually own Starbucks. Uh-oh, I'm missing a bunch of questions. Is the morning session on your website, 9 a.m.? Lloyd, it should be. Hold that thought. Oops. Right on the landing page. Whoop, right here. The 10-minute trader. Okay. Here's the landing page, the10minutetrader.com. Okay. If you do some research on the10minutetrader.com, you'll notice that I have owned this website for over 15 years. Okay. This little icon right here says live trading online. That will take you right to the morning trading group. It's a very simple website. Simple, safe, predictable, 1% per week. Live nightly training, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's what we're doing right now. All about us. Okay? If you're looking to strike it rich overnight, this ain't it. Okay? My main focus is simple, safe, predictable, consistent, 1% per week. That's over 50% per year. And this little video kind of explains a little bit about that. Okay? Next, we're looking at investing your own money shouldn't be difficult. Okay? Investing your own money shouldn't be difficult. Stop making it more complicated than it needs to be. Okay, learn more about the strategy. Okay, live trading, join our morning training group right there. Whoops. Okay, let's go back, take a look at some stuff. Holy cow, we're at 11:25. You can't start with $100 and do this. Actually, Mortgage Magician, you can. My grandson started his trading account with $50. Granted, he's 4 years old. Okay, he has no clue what he's buying because Papa G does it for him. But it's his account. Okay, and his is a little bit different than here. He's not looking to do covered calls. He's looking to do dividend capturing. Okay, where we're actually looking for the dividends with companies that are poised to go to the upside just before the dividend comes. So yeah, you can. It's a little bit more difficult, takes a little bit longer, but then again, he's only 4 years old. What does he care? By the time he's 18, he should have a couple $100,000 to play with. Now, the grandparents, me, the ex-wife, the in-laws, and my son and my daughter-in-law, okay, we take all our spare change. What is it, 15, 20 cents a week for each of us? So it's like $2, $3 a week, compounded at 1% for the next 14 years, yeah, my grandson should have a relatively decent sized chunk of change by the time he gets there. Okay. But hopefully, he he shows an interest. I'm thinking about 4 or 5 years from now. Hey, Felix. Account one or live in Puerto Rico, no taxes. Cool beans. I don't mind living in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico's nice. James will often sell calls below the price he paid. 7 strikes out. Yep. Thank you. All right. You guys are all talking to yourselves like I don't really need to be here. He confuses people when he combines the dividend talk with the covered call talk. Dividend talk, the covered call talk. Okay. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, but okay. I use the dividends in order to isolate when the companies are paying their dividends. Okay, each one of these green dots represents when the company's paying the dividend. Great. Well, I want to do a covered call on these stocks, but I want to buy them 2 weeks before the dividend because the stocks move up before the dividend's paid. That's why I'm looking at the dividends. It tells me when to buy the stocks. 2 weeks before, I jump in, I get my covered call, gets my 1%. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you. I'll pursue it Monday morning with you. You can't sell covered calls with $100. I didn't say you could, but you can do dividend capturing with $100. Tell one play for next week. One play for next week? Really? All right. Here you go. One play for next week. You ready? Macy's. I love Macy's. 1638. That's what the purchase price is. 1638. If I do the 1650s, I can get 32 cents a share. Now, what is 32 cents a share? Well, let's find out. Let's clear this crap out of the way. 32 cents. Okay, 32 cents right here. See the 1650 going for 32 cents? See that? Whoops, nope, I didn't want to do that. 32 cents. If I buy it at 1638, okay, and I sell the 1650s, what is that going to equal? Well, here we go. First, all I want to do is I want to change the spread from single to a covered call because I'm doing a covered call. Now, I already said I like the 1650s. 1650s right here. So I'm going to buy it. See where it says buy? All right. Click on the buy. It automatically fills. Now I have it set to fill at 1,000 shares because when I buy, I like to buy 1,000 shares. All right. You can change it to whatever you want. If you want to do just 100 shares, fine. Do just 100 shares. If you want to do 200, fine. Do 200. If you want to do 10,000 shares, fine. Do 10,000. Whatever fits your budget. This is just a preset for me. So as you can see, it's a double trade. I'm actually selling something and I'm actually buying something all at once. Way over here. See it? Okay, it's called a covered call. That's the name of the strategy. I am buying 1,000 shares of the stock. I am selling 10 contracts of the options. So it's actually 2 trades in one. Okay, and I like to do it at the market order. All right, now I'm buying 1,000 shares of Macy's. I'm selling 10 contracts of Macy's. The 1650 call. See it right there? 1650 call at the market to open. So I want to click on the confirm and send. Before I do anything, I want to read it out loud because your eyes can play tricks on you. But when you read it, it will tell you exactly what you're doing. So I'm going to buy 10 covered M. That's Macy's 100s. Those are the weeklies. 26 July 24. That is for the option expiring next Friday, 6 days away. Okay. The 1650 call option coupled with the Macy's stock. So I'm buying the stock, selling the option. At the market to open to open. Why does it say to open to open? Well, because I'm opening a stock order and I'm opening an option order. To open a stock order, to open an option order. Doing both in one trade. Okay, next line down. break even. The break even on the stock price is 1602. Well, it's at 1638 at the moment. So if the stock goes up, I make money. If the stock stays the same, I make money. The stock can even drop down to 1603 and I'm still making money. It just can't go below 1602. If it goes below 1602, I don't lose any money because I'm not selling it. Okay? I'm just saying, at the stock price at the moment, I'm selling the covered call for someone to buy it from me for basically the same price. Okay, so next line down is the maximum profit. See, it says maximum profit 475. This is where the predictability comes in. Okay, predictable, consistent. So now I'm going to bring up my calculator. I'm bringing it over here so you can see it. Clear that out of the way. My maximum profit is 475 on this trade. 475. Okay, it says it right there. Maximum profit 475. Maximum loss. Well, the maximum loss is there. It means if the stock goes to zero. The company's been in business for over 100 years. I don't see it going to zero in the next 5 days. But it could. You never know. We could have an asteroid field come and drop upon us and wipe out every single Macy's store around. It could happen. You know, if a bullet can stop in midair, pause for 11 seconds, turn 90 degrees, and then proceed forward, just like it said in the in the report that killed Kennedy, the magic bullet report, where physics says, yeah, the bullet can stop in midair, turn 90 degrees, move a couple feet, turn 90 degrees again, and then go forward. If a bullet can do that, yeah, Macy's can disappear in 5 days. I don't see it happening. All right, anyway, that's the maximum loss. What is it going to cost me for the trade? The trade's costing me $16,031. So I'm dividing it by my purchase price, $16,031. What rate of return am I getting at for the week? Well, that's 2.9% for the week. So if the stock stays above 1650, I make my 2.9%. If the stock drops below 1650, I still make my 2.9%, but I hold on to the stock and I get to do another covered call next week. Okay, so if I do this one first thing Monday, and this is the numbers right here at this moment in time. Now, Monday, the numbers are all going to change because that's what happens. You're throwing a dart on a moving train while you're blindfolded on a horse. I think I got that from Star Trek movie. But anyway, it's almost 3% for the week if I like Macy's at 1638. And I do like Macy's at 1638. I actually own a bunch of Macy's. And if you check my my trading record, let's go check it out. Just for the fun of it, you'll get a kick out of this. All right, let's go back to week number 1. Week number 1, Macy's. Week number 2, Macy's. Week number 3, Macy's. Week number 4, Macy's. Week number 5, Macy's. Week number 6, Macy's. Week number 7, Macy's. Week number 8, Macy's. So week number 9, I don't have any Macy's. Wait a minute, I do. Okay. Week number 10, Macy's again. Oh yeah, there it is right there. Week 9, Macy's. Week 10, Macy's. Week 11, I have no Macy's on week 11. So week 10, I must have sold them. Okay. Week 12, no Macy's. Week 13, no Macy's. Week 14, Macy's. Week 15, Macy's. Week 17, Macy's. Week 18, Macy's. Week 19, Macy's. Week 20, no Macy's. Week 21, Macy's. Week 22, no Macy's. Week 23, no Macy's. Week 24, no Macy's. Week 25, no Macy's. Week 26, no Macy's. Week 27, no Macy's. Week number 28, Macy's again. So as you see, I buy Macy's almost every single week because it's just so damn profitable. All right, Lloyd, thanks. I'll pursue it Monday morning with you. Okay, that's a great start. As you're as young as possible, get them into the routine. Minty Fresh, great. All right. Oops. That's the answer 2 weeks before. Yep. Suggest CWRD. I'm going to say no. Is Macy's dividend in 2 weeks? Don't know. All right. You really want to take a look at CRWD? Because, I have no problem whatsoever saying no to end the night. All right. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Let's change this back to single. Let's go back here. And let's put in CRWD so I can tell this gentleman no. CRWD. Okay. Interesting. $300. Well, first of all, it's a no because it's $300. Second of all, it's a no. Look at this big, huge drop. Waiting for a bottom. Okay. Overpriced? No. Huge drop? No. Okay. CRWD. CRWD. No dividend. So whoever you are, user 6228, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, CRWD has no dividends. Why would you suggest a stock on a dividend investing for weekly cash flow, a stock that doesn't have any dividends? That makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. It's nothing but a waste of time, in my humble opinion. And I have been wrong once or twice. Wouldn't you rather have call for 3 weeks and collect 1% in all 3 weeks and a dividend? Not necessarily so. It doesn't always work that way. I like 1% every week. Okay. Now, I'm not 100% sure what you're asking, but okay. Mortgage Magician, he is just giving you an example at the moment. The chart doesn't show as a buy. Thanks, Felix. Yes, but I asked, what will you do for Monday? Well, yeah, I would buy Macy's on a Monday. You wanted to see one? I showed you one. CrowdStrike. He was joking. Yeah. Okay. Mortgage Magician. Buy stocks, sell the covered calls on that stock. You like, you don't like, mine holding. Yep. All that nice, neat, fun stuff. It's 11:38. You know what that means? It means I'm going to turn into a pumpkin shortly. So I'm going to call it a night. You guys have a great day. I will probably end up doing some more calculations and filling in those profits for the account number 2 and working on the website because that needs some help. Spectacular Dob, as always. Thanks, Doc. Mortgage Machine, VLODHIALIMS are some for Monday. Okay. Those are some for Monday. Okay. There's a whole bunch of stocks that are considering on Monday. But Monday morning, we'll take a look at them, see what the charts look like, see what the covered calls look like, see what kind of rate of return looks like. Is it a yes? Is it a no? It's all about the numbers. What happened to your trip? Wow, what happened to my trip? Apparently, somebody thought it would be fun to go and mess with the air traffic control and whatnot, and it did something to the computer system. So everything crashed. So all the flights from Delta got canceled. And then I went and said, hey, all right, fine. I can deal with it. Put me on a later flight. Sorry, no later flights. All right, put me on a flight tomorrow. Oh, no flights tomorrow. No flights tomorrow morning. Okay, put me on a flight tomorrow afternoon. Oh, no flights tomorrow afternoon. Well, tomorrow evening is kind of pointless because the funeral is tomorrow afternoon. Okay. So I called my buddy and he says, yep, I seen what happened. And, he was following the news too. So it is what it is. Where do you go to see the stock has dividends and dividend payout history? Google. You do a search. You search in Google or Bing, whatever search engine you use. Dividend King list 2024. That's 64 companies, or 54 companies that have increased their dividends for 5 decades. Okay, you do the same thing with the dividend aristocrats. 25 years of increased dividends. The dividend champions, 25 years of increased dividends. The dividend contenders, 10 to 24 years of increased dividends. Okay, dividend contender list 2024. Put it right in Google, and it will actually give you a link to go to gives you the list. Was it QCOM you bought? No, I didn't buy QCOM this week. What the heck did I buy this week? I bought Walgreens, Wells Fargo. I bought some Win. What else? I bought some Siri. Wells Fargo, Walgreens. What else? Comcast, Southwest Airlines, Macy's, Sears, and Walgreens. Okay, so it looks like my Comcast got sold, my Walgreens got sold. So I'm taking Southwest Airlines, Macy's, and Siri into next week. Okay, I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. You're probably picking up two more stocks next week. A lot more than two more stocks. I got $95,000 to play with for next week. So I'm going quite a bit of cash for next week. All right, is what it is. I'll be picking up three companies in this account. Don't know what I'm going to pick up in this account. 15. I'll only be picking up one in this account. Okay, is what it is. So you guys have a great day, and we will see you again tomorrow night.